welcome back to my channel. I hope that you all are doing amazing. So I'm super excited about today's video. I'm going to be doing a collab with the one and only Chebet Makena. And in today's video we're going to be speaking about matters business. We are both actually digital marketers. We're going to be telling you about social media marketing, business in the social media world, and our experience quitting our jobs during the corona pandemic. Just exactly how it's been for both of us. So I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy this video. So please stay tuned for more of this. Chebet, welcome to my channel.
Thank you so much for having me. This video is long overdue.
I know, gosh, like we spoke about it a while ago. It was actually before Corona.
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Yeah, but they say God's timing is perfect, and I think this is the perfect time for today's video. So, in fact, actually, it's perfect because we had not quit our jobs then.
Yeah,
and then
also the location was an issue.
Oh yeah.
Worked out so good.
Yeah. So, Chebet, tell us who is Chebet Makena?
Okay, let me blow my horn. So my name is Chebet Makena. I'm a digital marketing consultant. I'm also a micro influencer. I'm also a content creator, digital content creator on Instagram and YouTube mostly. So yeah,
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chebet, like, how has quitting your job in Corona pandemic been for you? And is it something that you had been thinking about for a while, or is it just something that you stumbled upon and you're like, you know what, enough is enough?
Yeah.
Like for me, I think my experience is just, it's something I've always wanted to be in business, in the business world, but I didn't have the guts. You know, quitting your job is quite something. It's quite something when you're used to having a stable stream of income, and then all of a sudden you go into the deep and you're just like, ooh, where do I even start from? So for you, how was that?
For me, actually, Corona was a blessing in disguise. That's how I like to put it, because I had been wanting to quit my job, not because my employer was, my employer sucked or anything, but it wasn't that space for me. Like I felt so limited in employment. So when Corona came and we were working from home, I had the opportunity to work from home for my previous employer, and also like do my thing. So and doing my thing was like brought me so much joy, and I was like, this is the time. So I had actually written my resignation letter way back last year in October, but I didn't have the courage to. I was like, where am I going to get money from and everything? But then I realized it's more than just money, like satisfaction and even what your purpose is. So yeah, Corona came and I was like, this is it. So yeah, I'm actually happy that I did it because it's different.
Yeah. Wow, that's nice. You're excited? Oh wow, I love to see such energy, especially right now when people are going through so much emotional turmoil. Like everyone's emotions are everywhere. So like for me, when you were in campus, I recall you actually did that.
Yeah, and imagine we never met until after finishing this. So that's interesting.
Yeah, life has a way of doing its own thing.
Yeah.
So like when you were in this, did you ever think at any one point that you'd ever become a micro influencer or a social media guru?
Let me tell you something. If first of all, I was that person who wanted to climb up the corporate ladder. Like I wanted to be this and I need to be promoted until like the MD level or something. So I never saw myself in the business world, and I used to say I'm not business oriented because I didn't even know. Like I didn't think I would, but here we are. I don't think it happened by mistake though. Like I think now that I look back, everything was just falling into place. It was just structuring itself. But for sure, I did not think that I would be in business. Even up to now, when I say it, I'm like, oh my gosh, did I just say that? Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really think. I was that person who wanted to like go into employment, and you see that a wrong mindset I had, that you have to be in employment to be successful. But imagine that's not the case.
Yeah, you can actually make it on your own.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. And so being being in the business, quitting your job first. How did you get to that point of? For you, I remember when I started seeing you a lot of you on Instagram mainly.
Yeah.
Then now you moved to YouTube. So what made you decide to actually invest in the social media world and try and make it a business? And at what point did you decide, you know what, this is no longer for fun? It's now a business as a way of making money.
That's an interesting question. So it dates back to my first internship. I was at Citizen and I was doing social media. So then I got a job and I worked there for like a year, and that was my first contact with social media. Well, not just fun social media, even like the business social media. And there's all this understanding the social media insights, and you have all these clients, they want us to advertise with them. So that was my first contact with like, in the business social media space. So then I realized I was intrigued by these numbers. They were just interesting me to just, look at the curve and how it's going up or going down and all of that. And then on the other hand, I was doing my Instagram thing because I like pictures. I was just sharing my experience on Instagram. Then I realized people were actually now asking me, so how do you do this? And now I'm applying my fun social media and my social media from the corporate world. And now I think it just kind of jetted into one. And now I realized this is actually a business opportunity because people are asking me, so how do I grow my social media? So how can you help me? And at the time I was just doing it, like, you're my friend, let's do it, you're my friend. But now I'm actually doing it on a consulting basis.
That's nice. So I think being in the social media space as well, I understand, for me, let's think about the downside. At times you would feel like you're putting on so much effort, especially on YouTube. Now that you're on YouTube, right? You actually feel how, you feel the things you took on ground, it's totally different. And I think sometimes you put in so much work, you put in so much hours, so much time, and it gets so discouraging when you feel as if it's not bringing back. It's not paying back as much as you'd expect it to. How do you manage to stay afloat in the midst of all that chaos and all that drama that social media can bring?
So for me, to be honest, I didn't enter social media, even YouTube, which I joined just last year. I didn't join it to earn money, to be very honest. Like, especially how I entered Instagram, how I joined it, how do you say? Anyway, how I started creating content on YouTube is I had a blog, website, and so like I would travel and share pictures and share like the words, like my experience in my blog. And then now people who follow me started saying, no, please bring us with you, like start a YouTube channel. And I'm like, are you serious? I don't even know how to edit, let's start there, So I was like, so and then finally I was just like, you know what, let me just join YouTube. It would be fun to actually pull up, because I used to do these short things on Instagram, like short videos on YouTube, and I was like, there's no difference, it's just a different platform. So I was like, you know what, let me just join and like be, so for me, first of all, what I like to remember is why I entered, why I joined it. YouTube, I know. Why I joined YouTube. Sometimes, of course, it can be discouraging, especially the watch hours before you start monetizing your videos. I'm just like, what? Faster, 1,000 subscribers, then watch hours. Oh my gosh, I can't even.
Actually, let me just interrupt you. When I started YouTube, I used to think, 1,000 subscribers is hard. Like, how will I ever get to 1,000? I got to 1,000, and it occurred to me, oh my god, that's the easy part. Like, that's the cherry on the cake. Getting to 4,000 hours, you guys. Like, okay, please come on, just subscribe.
By the way, you should have started with that.
You don't know the struggles that as YouTubers have. Like, honestly, putting content out there takes a lot of your emotional stability, mental. So, like, when it comes to the 4,000 hours, now that you mentioned that, before I forget, like, it's if you can, like, just try and watch a YouTuber's content till the end. Especially because we know that our content is not boring. Like, we might be blowing our own horns, but actually just support
check it out.
Just check it out in the end, because that will help our watch hours. So
so I was saying, so that's one of the things that helps me to stay afloat, just to remember the why. But also now I have to strike that balance, because now I'm on YouTube and it's an opportunity to like make money. I just do the best I can. Like, I remember, so there was this lady who wanted to work with me. She has holiday homes in Canada, so she wanted me to work with me in terms of like have a staycation, and then I document it, until she asked for my YouTube channel, and she saw the number. She was like, I'm sorry, I can't work with you. And it bugged me a bit, just a bit, but I was like, you know what, you're not my it's not you I'm trying to. Like there's someone else who will pick me with my few numbers.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's just important to remember, and also just things like, and that's where now comparison comes. You look at Sijin and say they work with who, and then you're like, okay, maybe I just So it's important to remember your why and actually to know that your audience is there.
And the people who actually watch your content. Oh my God,
I
love her videos, I love her content. Now, Chebet, I think one thing I've really struggled with being a social media and digital marketer is pricing. Pricing, rate cards. I remember like the first time, there's this company, there's this website called Influential. Actually, if you're a content creator or you're a YouTuber, you should join that because it really helps micro-influencers to be able to get jobs. So I remember one thing that I was really struggling with when I went there was, okay fine, how do I price this out? Like when I look at people who have large numbers, like I try and imagine as a micro-influencer, exactly, where's your scale? Your followers are this amount, and what are you giving to, that all that thing about rate cards. How do you manage that?
So for me, it was actually, in the end, what I realized is you have to have done a job or like a gig for you to know like this is what you took out from me. Because how I priced myself, I happened to get someone's rate card, someone like an influencer, and now I try to go down because of course I'm not like them. But now also I realized that I had really underpriced myself. So until I got to do a gig where there was all of these things, then now I could tell this is how much time I took, this is the engagement you got, this is the number of clients you got from my mini, so now I can be able to know like how to price it. But also I think things like having discount codes really help, because for example you've gone to, I don't know, somewhere like a hotel, then you're trying to drive people to that place. How you will measure how many people you drove to that place is, right? I have this 10% discount. So you see now the other people are able to know 10 people were brought by Chebet Makena because they used to have this. But also I realized just having to experiencing the gig and just knowing this one I did, this is what I did, but I think I have overpriced it. But also in rate cards, there's no constant rate card because the way you charge, I don't want to mention this, but the way you charge a high hotel is not the same way you charge like a smaller, company or something. So that's how I did mine.
So Chebet, tell us about your first job as a micro-influencer.
My first job? Which one was it? I remember it was with a travel agency. At the time I had no idea what they did. They just approached me and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. So I got this a travel agency and they took me to Makena. So I was like, okay, so because I didn't even know how these things go. So they just told me, so we want you to come as well, just choose a date, and so then they sent me the itinerary and like the transport details and all, like it was just half my back. So I went to Makena for like a week, and now all I had to do was like post content on IG, just IG at the time, that they were just anywhere else. But they did not pay me like cash. The payment was like a free, which for me was good.
At that time, you were just starting out.
So that was my first job.
Wow. Actually, speaking of which, I remember there's a time this thing about exposure was. You remember? Like how many exposures will pay my rent? How many exposures will buy my clothes and all of that. And right now, at the point, how many years have you been doing this now, by the way?
I don't know where I should start counting from, but actively I think last year, also 1.5. The other times I was just having fun with it, but actively I think from last year.
So at this point, are you so assertive such that if a company approaches you to do content for them, you will not, when you're starting out, let's say desperate is a big word, but when you're starting out, you usually are not desperate. You just want that one client will just give you something to work with. But at this point, would you say that you've gotten to a point where you feel you're confident enough, you know what you're bringing to the table, and if someone tells you, okay, we'll pay you with exposure, or we'll put you on our social media page, is it something you still do? Or are you very keen on, okay, fine, this is my rate card, I need value, you get value for the money that you pay. How are you able to manage both?
That's an interesting question. Because sometimes I think I just wait, because some clients would come, okay, there's this category of clients who will want you to buy something at, like, for example, 75% off. That's like a good discount. But still, I didn't need this your product you're giving me. So it's either you give it to me free or just go. So for me, that one is usually
no.
And that for buying, I'm usually just like moving on swiftly. The other one now is these people who can send you PR packages. So for me, if it's a small company, you know, like this online shops on social media, on Instagram, those ones I don't mind, like, just mentioning them. The only difference, I won't exclusively talk about you. You know, I'll just talk about you. You know, I just unbox something and it's just in passing. But now, if you pay me, now that's where it comes. Which company is it? And I think it just requires wisdom, so that you know which company you can charge this way, which company. And also now it depends. If they give you a free product, there's no way I'll sit down on YouTube and talk about someone's products and it's not paid
you. Exactly.
So
it's a matter of you understand what the client wants and what they're bringing to the table. Because as you said, there's no way they expect you. They can't give you 20% and expect 100 from you. Like, honestly, in this world, it's mutual. I have to benefit and you have to benefit at the end of the day. And I think even for the people who are watching this, we want to tell you it's important to know your value. I think I've experienced that myself. At times you tend to undervalue yourself to a point where it's like you're doing it for free. You know, and I remember my mom used to ask me, are these people paying you? All these people who are calling you to do this thing, are you getting paid? I'm like, no, but you see, I'm just starting out. But I think the thing that matters the most, even when you show clients that you're confident and you know you'll bring something to the table, it will, whether you have 1,000 followers or 5,000, they'll see that confidence is attractive and they'll see the value of working with you.
You've actually said something and it reminded me. You see also, if there are people in this space who are doing these freebies, then this person who comes to you who is not doing freebies, they know they have an option of someone else. So I think also as people who are in this space, social media or digital marketing space, is not to, don't like be confident in your work and not be like, me, the company when I approach, let me just do it for free for the, you know. Let's just be also us now as peers, be firm and, you know, about our prices.
That's true. So Chebet, there's this thing, when you watch these videos that tell you about how to grow your YouTube channel, how to grow your Instagram, they speak about niche a lot. And as a content creator, I've been really struggling with this niche topic. Some people say for you to grow, let's speak about YouTube at this point. For you to grow on YouTube, you have to establish a niche, specialize in that, and grow that. But there's another school of thought that says, you know what, you just do your thing, whatever brings the numbers, just do it. So for you, how has that been for you? Have you developed a niche, or you're just in the face of understanding what your strengths are?
I think for me, I have established a niche, which is travel and lifestyle. And also, lifestyle is everything. It's fitness, it's work. So of course, there's no, because what I share with you is basically my life. Not all of it, but it's like sections of what I do. So I can't. It's just the same way we didn't come here and talk about, I don't know, eating healthy, because that's not for me. Exactly. So I think for me, it's just again the why. Because for me, the why was always to share my experience. So for example, if I work out and I see it didn't work out for me, then I'll share that with people and not be like, this is how you can lose your belly. Like I worked. For me, I think my niche is travel and lifestyle. I think also it's important to establish a niche so that you attract that audience. Because imagine if your audience is, like just hula baloo, today it's this, tomorrow it's that, tomorrow you'll even lose because you won't have like loyal people following you, a loyal target audience. So I think for me it's very important to establish a niche.
Okay, so even as we're about to conclude, I'd like you to say what are the wins, or rather, where do you see yourself a few years from now? What's your trajectory matters being a digital marketing consultant and social media specialist?
That's a deep question. So where I see myself, okay, that's actually an interesting question. Where I see myself, of course, it's a space where I don't know how to put it, but at the moment I really have to be aggressive and like get those clients. So I want to get to a point where these clients I am doing jobs for now can actually refer me, so that I'm more focused on building digital marketing than also now selling myself out there, like penetrating to the market. So for me, I think that's like my biggest, like my biggest will and my biggest thing that I'm looking forward to, just to be able to get to a point where now it's not about let's send this proposal. Of course I will be, but like to penetrate in the market so that I don't have to struggle also to be more aggressive to reach there, so that I focus now on the clients. Yeah, I think for me in the digital marketing space, that's where I want to see myself. Yeah.
And do you think that, you see, the way the world is going digital, there's so many businesses or there's so many careers that are going to be rendered redundant. Do you think digital marketing is one of those? And what's the future of YouTube? What's the future of Instagram? Now that every other day there are different applications that are being created, what do you think is the future of this space we are in?
I don't think digital can be considered redundant. I think we're actually benefiting from where the world is, from the turn the world is taking, because there's so many companies. Even my previous employer, except I don't talk about it, but my previous employer, they don't go to work anymore. Like they work from online. So it's not because of Corona. Because of Corona, they have realized even this office space, we're paying rent for nothing. We might as well just work from our home. So I think in the digital marketing space, we're actually advantaged, and being aggressive at this point would be trying to identify what you can do to build yourself even more in this space. So, and I think, because even before I joined YouTube, I was like, but there's so many YouTubers.
Exactly.
But I was like, but there's no one like me, so I'm going to join YouTube. So even like all these apps and everything, there's no other YouTube. Even if they mimic YouTube, it's still YouTube. So I think we're actually advantaged, and I'm actually excited for where this is going.
Yeah, that's true. And I think I love what you've said. I was also in that position where I was asking myself, okay, fine, I'm joining YouTube. There are thousands, millions of people on YouTube. But the thing is, I always say there are billions, there's 7+ billion people in the world, but nobody shares your fingerprint. So in as much as there are so many people in this space, you can bring something different by being yourself.
Exactly.
And I think that's one thing that you need to understand as a person who wants to join this space. It's very tricky to draw the line whereby you're fully yourself, because other times you'll be tempted to do things because, oh my god, Chebet did this, let me try and do this also and see how it works. So being yourself really helps you in growing in this space, because people will come to you because they could watch Chebet, so why are you trying to be like Chebet? They could watch any other YouTuber, so why are you trying to be like them? Be yourself, so that even when they come watch you or when they come see your pictures, they're getting something new, something different. There's beauty in diversity. So and Chebet, what would you tell anyone who's watching this who wants to join this space? Like, what word of encouragement do you have for them?
Yeah, for me, I think my constant is usually just know why you're joining. Because when all is said and done, when you're discouraged, that why is what will pick you up. When you want to go for something, like when you want to achieve something, that why is what will steer you to that. So just know your why, and if that is settled, just dive right into it.
So thank you so much for coming.
For having me.
It was a very amazing conversation, and I think it's very critical in this time that we're in, because as she said, so many people are working online. So if you wanted to join this space, if you wanted to join this business, now is the time. I think one thing I can say is, do not wait for next year, do not wait for tomorrow. If you want to open a YouTube channel, imagine with that phone you have, whatever phone you have, start where you are with what you have, and at the end of the day you just keep growing. That's what I always tell myself. Every day is a learning curve. Like yesterday my videos were like this. At times do you look at your videos and you're just like, my god, what was I doing here? As in, what is this?
There's one video, I watch my videos, like I've watched, me too, I watched like even 5 times, but there's this one video, since I uploaded it, I've never watched it. It just makes me cringe. I'm just like, what? But
So every day you learn, you'll be laughing at yourself like we have. Like when you see that, you know what was I doing there? But you see, you grow, and the people who you'll develop your tribe, and this tribe will walk with you every step of the journey. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that it's inspired you. It's made you want to live unapologetically, because that's what I always say. Life is for living, and living unapologetically means living your life with no regrets. So whatever you did in the past, that's it. That's the past. The future, you don't know about the future. So do what you can now with what you have. Till next time, goodbye.
Bye guys. Subscribe.
You guys, subscribe.
Okay, so we've also done a video on my channel with Sharon, and we're talking about social media, but something else. So you guys would want to check that out. I don't know by the time this one is up, it will be up. She'll leave a link in the description box.
Yes.
And then now you guys can, come along to Chebet Makena and subscribe too. But yeah, thanks for having me.
She has amazing content, you guys. Go check her out. Like, let's support each other. And one thing I always say, Chebet, is that the sun shines for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, as women especially, let's not be jealous, because as women we are our greatest undoing. Like, I'll see Chebet and I don't want to subscribe to her channel, like her videos. Like, why not? Like, me liking or me subscribing does not reduce my, let's just support each other and let's grow each other in our businesses. And buy Kenya, build Kenya. Always. Bye.
Bye.